Obi-Wan never told you what happened to your father.
He told me enough. He told me you killed him.
Luke, I am your father.
I gotta run. My stepdad I just got a call. I got in a car accident.
No problem.
I'll be back.
Hello, great
All right,
people.
no problem.
Before we start, a couple little disclaimers. Listen, people. Every time we talk about Mandela effects, it seems like somebody else gets upset because somebody has a memory of something and somebody has a different memory. And it seems like when somebody has a memory that's different or same, they can't accept that somebody else has a different memory. Guys, these are just memories. For whatever reason, we have them. They're nothing huge. They're nothing bad. So if you got something bad to say, go somewhere else. We're here to have fun, talk about some Mandela effects.
Yeah.
That's it. Because you know the game, Bob. A lot of people get upset when their memory's different than yours. Like, no,
oh God, I've been that way.
It didn't happen. It might not happen to you, but it happened to him. You know?
Yeah, I'm used to it.
It is what it is. And then all right. So the reason I'm wearing glasses, Bob, just so you know, I had my eyes. I went to the eye doctor. I had the drops, so everything is bright.
Oh.
So I had to wear this or reading glasses because I can't see that well right now.
Oh,
no effect, right?
I'm gonna take mine off.
All right, Bob. What got me wanting to talk about Mandela Effect again, is like I was watching a movie on Amazon Prime. All right.
Yeah, I watched it.
It's called Totally Kills.
Yeah.
So it's basically kind of like a modern day Back to the Future kind of a deal where there's some time travel that's involved. To go back into the 80s, like a hot tub time machine kind of style.
Yeah, one of my favorite movies. One of my
and
favorite movies.
In the middle of the movie, they actually brought up Mandela Effect. They said the words Mandela Effect.
Also in Skyfall. You remember Skyfall? You know the actor from your favorite shows, The Conjuring. The Conjuring. The
Conjuring guy. That's
what's his name? The Conjuring guy.
The real actor guy or
the actor? The actor. The actor. The Conjuring. The guy that plays the husband. Ed Warren. Yeah, he's also in a movie called Skyfall where he's an astronaut and he's singing about the rains. Yeah, the rains down in Africa, and they're playing the music, and he's having an argument with the gal on the shuttle, and she's like, "No, that's not how the song goes." And he goes, "Yeah, it is," and because it's a massive Mandela effect for a lot of people, and they argued it back and forth in that movie, The Skyfall. Ironic, huh?
No, they did, and you know what? I was looking up some of my archives of those movie ones, and that one totally slipped my mind. Hold on.
Yeah.
Moonfall. Let me see if I have that.
Yeah.
I think I have that one.
Yeah, they're piping the song from Toto.
Yes.
The rains down in Africa, and the song obviously is different now. It's changed, right? So he's like, "Nah, man, this is not how it goes." And the girl's like, "No, I sung it at karaoke at some kind of whatever." He's like, "No, that's not how the song goes." Even at the end of the show, he's like, "I told you it was that way,"
Here we go. This is the scene you're talking about.
Yeah, that's it.
Hopefully, we don't get shut down. Gotta go. Hold on, here we go.
What does it even mean to miss the rains down in Africa?
The lyrics are, I bless the rains down in Africa.
What? No, they're not.
Yes, they are.
It makes even less sense.
Well, I should know because I karaoke'd it at my wedding.
Ah, well, I must have missed that. I was in the zone, tearing it up on the dance floor.
You can't dance to save your life.
Anyone ever tell you guys you bicker like an
So again, what I love about it is listen, these directors and writers cannot technically come out and say we're believers in the Mandela Effect because they're getting paid millions for these Hollywood corporation. So they put it in their movies, like, you know what I mean, like here
they put it in there.
You know exactly what they meant.
Yeah.
You know exactly what they meant. Now in this one, they didn't say Mandela Effect, but I'm going to show you guys I'm going to show you guys the clip of Totally Kills, which I put it out earlier this morning just to get that out of the way.
Yeah.
But James Gunn is one of my favorite directors.
He slips it in all his stuff.
James Gunn. He's sci-fi. He believes in aliens. He believes in all this shit. And in his TV show, Peacemaker, which was at that time the #1 show that was streamed around the world, and he brought in the Berenstein Bears conversation.
Yeah.
And if you didn't see Peacemaker, first of all, Peacemaker is fantastic. Fantastic. Bob, what does he say here? I can't read it because of my eyes.
You're talking to a blind guy. Okay, hold on. We're both blind. On the down low. On the down low. Yes.
Okay. He wrote Patrick Wilson. Okay. So this is the scene from Peacemaker. Now, guys, I had to record it like off the TV in a way, and I changed it to look a little bit cartoonish just to get it past the copyrights. So it's going to look a little different, but the wording is exactly what they said in the show. Here we go.
We've got the Berenstein Bears and the Mercedes, Papa Bear, Mama Bear, Brother Bear, and Sister Bear, all accounted for.
It's Berenstein Bears.
What?
The children's books, it's Berenstain Bears, not Berenstein Bears.
Dude, I grew up on those books. It's Berenstein Bears.
Absolutely not. It's actually named after the creator, Stan and Jan Berens.
Does this fucking matter? It's Berenstein.
I don't mean to correct you, sir, but shut up.
I love that. I love that because he's like giving it like last word, like it's Berenstein. Shut up. Like it is Berenstein. I think he says one more thing in this. Hold on.
All right, that's definitely Photoshop.
No, it's not. It says it right. Berenstain. A-I. Like aim. Berenstain.
We've got the Bear.
Well, the thing to take away from this, guys, from a cultural point of view, is that it's Germanic. Steen means rock. Stain does not mean rock. Steen means rock. And there's a lot of Mandela effects with the last names that have rock in it. Steen. There's a lot of Mandela effects in Spielberg. That's another rock mountain. Lots to do with mountains and rocks. So anything with the Germanic rock in it or mountain in German will have a Mandela effect. It's what it is.
I literally cannot. Okay, hold on. Danielle Fraser wrote, "Film and print are two separate mediums."
Yeah.
It sucks. I can't even fucking read.
Yeah. Yeah,
funny.
but we got to understand that and this is how I always have to explain it to people, I debunk. And if somebody came up to me and swore up and down something was different and I did the research on it and they're wrong, I tell them, look, dude, you must be a memory flaw, man, because the history doesn't back up what you're saying. when it comes to evidence. Looking back at this, it's always been staying AI. It's always been the A, famous A's in every fucking change now. AAA, always the A. But I know 1,000% it was Steen. And there's a large group of people like me that, no, I don't need the evidence. I have the evidence. It's in my freaking head. And I have a short-term memory and a long-term memory that is just perfect. And I'm like, nah, I used to read Berenstein to my kids when they potty trained. You know, Mike, Eric, I have kids. You have kids. I was married at the time.
What? You have kids? When did that happen?
Yeah, I had. Oh, yeah, it must be a Mandela effect. Yeah, shit. Man, you didn't know that, did you? God,
no,
yeah.
I didn't know that. I didn't know.
Yeah, I bore children. I did bore children, and I used to read to them the Berenstein books when they were potty training, and that was, it takes a long time for a child to potty. You got to let them sit there for a long time, and they swing their feet, and they swing their feet, and they don't want to drop a deuce. And you're like, oh, let me read a book. I will read this book, The Berenstein Bears, if you drop a deuce. How about that? We'll do a compromise. And I read them fucking bear books. And bear, Eric, as you and I both know, bears are also another huge Mandela effect. You found the bear in Twister, the teddy bear. I'm like, no.
Oh, man. Oh, man.
Man, I hope you don't have that clip, do you?
Well, I probably have it in my archives.
Man.
I'll try to find it, while we show some stuff. But
yeah.
But it's like I need glasses because I can't read.
Yeah.
Let me see here. I'm just typing it in a file. Let me see here.
Yeah. While you're doing that, I can tell people another one. Simple Minds, the band. Don't you forget about me. Whatever. The Simple Minds, the band, has a lot of Mandela effects, and especially their music. And in one of their videos, he's standing in a room with toys, and he's dancing, and all the toys keep changing. And inevitably, there's like 5 extra teddy bears in his video, and I'm like, I don't remember no teddy bears in this video. It's the teddy bear effect.
Check the lyrics out to Baker Street Song by Gary Rafferty. The ending lyrics are clearly wrong now. Oh. Who the hell is Bakery Street Song by Gary? Who's Jerry Rafferty? Should I know that name? Honestly, I've never heard of that singer.
I don't know. We'll have to look it up.
But even Bob, but the thing is, what I'm saying is, even if you and I look it up, I don't even know that singer. And I'd be looking up something and just like I cannot make a comment because I have to believe whatever you say. I think I found Twister here.
Yes.
Let's see.
Don't forget that NASA has a picture of the bear on Mars. The bear showed up on Mars. Here we go.
So what happens here, guys, is you guys probably, whoever watches, probably don't even remember this scene. There's a scene where the car goes through the house, and when he comes outside the house, out of nowhere, a teddy bear flies across the windshield and goes.
We're like, no,
and it makes that noise, and that bear was never there before. I'm telling you guys, it wasn't.
No.
So I'm gonna try to get it to the house. Just for copyright reasons, I just got to get closer. Here we go. They're going to the house right here. So right when they leave the house, you'll see the teddy bear making that noise. Hear that? And the thing is, it's just that the bear appeared. It made that noise.
Yeah.
Like what? Even if the bear was always just flying, what, the bear's going to automatically make that noise when it hits the windshield? I mean, I guess.
Yeah, and all these bear Mandela effects, the Berenstein bears, the bear on picture on Mars now, the looks like a bear. Like, when the hell? and then this one, and then Simple Mind. And there's hundreds of these bears appearing in all kinds of movies and all kinds of weird things. The teddy bears, man, the bears.
Yeah,
and the Bible has a massive Mandela effect. In the beginning, the Bible and the King James Version has bear sheet.
Why did the bear show up after the exit of the house? Bingo! Bushcraft family, that's an awesome point. How come the bear didn't fly from inside the house where more likely the bear should have been?
Yeah.
It was like it went on the outside to tell you, hey, look, I'm watching. I'm here.
Well, again, it's the bear. Again, and the Bible now has bear sheet, which is early Arabic or whatever is whatever is the whole. It means in the beginning, and it's in the King James. But there was no. I would have made fun of it. And Eric and I had a grandfather that ran a church. He's read it 1,000. We grew up with the damn Bible, and I'm like, nah, there was no bear sheet in the Bible. And then Israel launches. Eric, remember Israel launches their first spacecraft to the moon, and it crashes. And the name of the craft is Bear Sheet. You know, and I'm like, really?
Hey guys,
Bear Sheet all over the moon.
Just go with me. I'm just gonna leave these on. The problem is I can read the stuff now, but these lights right here, Bob, it's like I'm having a near-death experience. All this white is so bright because of the liquids in the eyes. But
that's what mine was.
Danny Stanton wrote, didn't the bear used to be a chicken? Just saying. I thought maybe.
I don't remember the chicken.
Maybe you're right. Stuck on the front fender and fell off when they exited the house.
I guess. All I know is it wasn't there. You know, that's something you would just remember and laugh at. It's okay. If you laughed at it, you would know it's there.
He could be right.
Yeah,
he could be right. But okay, right there. There's. I can't slow it down. I can't slow this screen down right here. This video. If I knew prehand, I would have done that. So let's stare at this car in the front real quick to see if you see a bear. But I can't. But the thing is, hold on. Let's go back into the house. Okay, it's fine. Let's see when this car goes up the stairs and see at any part that the bear gets connected to the car. Does the cow still flying around? In the movie, the cows flew around. I would think
the cow flies around still.
I would think they are. I haven't rewatched Twisted in a long time. Here we go. No bear. No bear. No there. No bear. I'm gonna slow motion that, but I don't see a bear in front in that 2 seconds. But I have to slow it down. But I'm glad Bushcraft family brought that up, because now after the show, I'm gonna take that footage and like zoom in. Like, was there a bear stuck in front of that fender? But even but the thing is, this is the thing, Bob. Even if it was stuck on the fender, what I'm saying is I've never seen the bear fly across the windshield, no matter what.
No, I would have laughed at it. You see, how do I remember things and other people don't? It's because I'm a bully and I make fun of everything, and I would have laughed at it. You know, and that's how I remember a lot of things. I laugh. It's a personal moment of triumph or whatever, or it's funny, or, you know, and I would have remembered that because I would have laughed how silly that was. And I didn't, there's no bear. You were like, you showed me. I'm like, there was no bear there, dude. What is that? I would have laughed, man. All these bears showing. I'm like, nah.
I know.
Then the Berenstein Bears. Not. Here you go.
No, and I wish I had something else. I don't know exactly where it is anymore, because I don't have the footage. Oh, hold on. Hold on. Poltergeist Teddy. Hold on. Poltergeist Teddy. Hold on.
Oh, tell me you got it. I could do a whole show on teddy bears and bears that are showing up in antiquity in this mind fuck world we call whatever the Matrix or whatever this Mandela effect is. I don't call it that.
I know somebody now is like, what? Poltergeist Teddy? What the hell are you talking about there? Let me see. Poltergeist Teddy. Okay, so the reason we're bringing this stuff up because Poltergeist, we all remember where everything goes into the room.
Yeah, I remember you showed me this.
And then now there's like then the scene goes back to it, and there's a huge teddy bear. I mean, not a small teddy bear. It's a huge teddy bear that's from that table. So here we go. Big bear. Look at that. That's a huge teddy bear. I mean, you can stuff it underneath that bed. But I'm telling you, these teddy bears, what I'm getting at, seem like during the same time, I've been seeing bears all over movies that I don't even remember these bears being there.
Me too.
I know how crazy it sounds, people. I get it. But
people would say to me, and this is what one of the arguments that somebody had back at me. What makes you like some sort of teddy bear expert? And I said, well, my middle initial is Theodore, and I was named after my grandfather Teddy, and it's Teddy Roosevelt had a teddy. He was famous. He made the name Teddy Bear. It was named after Teddy Roosevelt, and I've always had a teddy bear. I mean, it's just something I owned. I used it for sciatica. I use it as a second pillow sometimes. It's just better than a stupid, whatever expensive ass pillow you would buy at some place for injuries. I just buy a freaking teddy bear. I use it as a medical apparatus. I know teddy bears.
Of course, we're going to be talking. When you talk to Mandela Effect, you do got to talk some Star Wars. We will be talking Star Wars. He says, Darth Vader says, when I left you, I was the apprentice. Now I am the master. He now says, I was the learner.
The learner. It must come from Padawan learner. So he's a Padawan learner. He's a child. That's the young ones. That's the younglings. That's the ones still learning the art of, the Force as a Jedi. So he's a Padawan learner.
Well, we are going to be.
The learner.
We are going to be talking some Star Wars facts, but there's a whole thing I want to do on it because Star Wars, it gets a little bit more complicated than just sayings. So we'll get into the Star Wars stuff all at once.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should call Yogi because I'm sure he was still your picnic basket.
Yeah, picnic. Oh, you mean Yogi the Bear? Yogi the Bear, and then what was the other one? It's Smokey the Bear.
Smokey the Bear.
It's Smokey the Bear, the bear, Smokey the Bear, and now it's Smokey Bear. That makes no sense. Yeah.
That's and that's that Smokey Bear one. The Smokey Bear is huge with us because we live in current. We go hunting in the mountains, and every year they had that big bear statue.
Yeah.
Oakhurst. I think
Smokey the Bear.
Smokey the Bear. And
zoom in on that guy. Zoom in on this guy. And there he is. I have one. I actually have I have an original. Danny Staten's jealous. I have one of these. But anyway, Smokey the Bear. The Bear. Smokey the Bear. Now it's Smokey Bear. Like, what are you talking about? Yeah. Smokey Bear. John Baptist. You mean John the Baptist? No, John Baptist. You mean John the Baptist. John Baptist. Where's the? Like all these thes showing up and disappearing and everything. Why the?
Why the? Okay, guys. Now, okay. Okay, because I am going to show you guys that clip. If you guys didn't watch it earlier, I dropped on the channel on totally killing. And why I liked about it is the main reason is I know there's going to be Mandela Effect people out there that's going to say it's making fun of the community. No, it's not. It's not.
I make fun of the shit out of them.
Yeah, it's not making fun. What I like about it is I always said, for me, not for maybe you, Bob, for anybody else. I said, if the Mandela Effect is real, which we believe it is real, I feel that it has almost everything to do with time travel. That's just me.
Sure the hell it does, because I built
just me. That's just me. Because if you time travel back, now listen, there's 1,000 theories. I know the Avengers has a theory, Terminator has a theory. There's so many different theories now of how time travel works. Like if you go back in time, it creates a new line. This line stays the same. Technically, nobody fucking knows. Let's say that. But let's go simple. We're going to go simple. Back to the future. So back in time, you do something, it changes your future when you go back. It changes. Now, if that happens, think about your brain. We only use what, Bob? Less than 10% of our brain in the first place?
What they say. Yeah, that's what they say.
So if we only technically use 10% of our brain and it's taking a massive change because something has changed in the past, would you just remember the new one? Or would some people actually have glitches of what the original memory was?
Yeah.
Computers have glitches.
Yep.
Anything electronically have Bob has glitches, and we're energy. Our body's energy.
Yeah.
Our bodies can have glitches. Some people call it a download. Even
vibrating
on a download,
particles.
you could download glitches. So this is the scene from Totally Kills.
String theory.
Talking about Mandela Effect, and they used the word Mandela Effect in this. That's what I liked about it. They actually used the word Mandela Effect. Here we go.
Everything about these murders. But a couple of days ago, I said Tiffany was murdered in her garage, but she wasn't. She was killed on her parents' waterbed. That's a basic detail. How could I forget that?
The Mandela Effect. It's a psychological phenomenon where people remember things that didn't happen. Like people thinking Nelson Mandela died in jail. But there's a theory that those memories aren't false. They're just lingering from a past life that was altered via time travel. Hey, what's that?
Stab the machine. The cops thought that was a reference to some heavy metal anarchy lyrics. That's what led them to investigate Eddie Royal.
Eddie Royal?
Yeah.
Like the lead singer of Waterbed Away. Why would they think that? He's like super emo.
That's so weird. I thought it's Mandela Effect, I guess.
Mandela Effect, I guess. What he meant is before that change, that singer was metal. They always got to make people like I guess you could say people who like metal might be crazy. I don't know, but because of in this movie, the deal is people got murdered in the past, and a new murder was happening. They went after the girl. They went to this booth where it's supposed to be like a time machine that they're building. Yeah. She gets zapped in the past, and of course, things she did in the past on like changed the way the killer kills people because she was now involved. So of course it changes the future. And the guy, when he had a memory of she being killed in the garage, but now it's in the bedroom, it's because that actress who went back in time was in that house, kind of messed up where the flow went, the murders.
Yeah.
So the movie was saying the Mandela Effect is real based on time travel.
Yep.
It is.
Yeah.
Funny. It's funny. This is I don't know. People might think it's funny. I talked to 10 people. I asked 10 people, do you believe in the Mandela Effect? All of 10 said 0. Fine. Okay. They all said 0. I asked them next. I asked the 10 people, do you believe in time travel? 7 of them said yes. The other 3 said no. So I asked, the 7 people said, do you believe somebody has, then I asked them, out of the 7, do you believe that somebody actually have done time travel? And they all 7 said yes. I mean, they believed in it. Okay, so I go, if somebody traveled back in time, like Back to the Future, and change something, is it possible that you might still have the memory of the original memory? And a few of them said, yeah, possible. Then it's possible that you believe in the Mandela effect.
Yeah. But it's not comprehensible.
Time travel. Go for it. But if you believe in time travel, then why can you not believe that the possibility of a Mandela effect could exist because the theory is there?
Yeah, it's just not comprehensible. Again, I debunk. So when someone comes up to me and says they got a dragon inside their garage, I'm like, sure you do. But I'm not going to say no until I go in and do my own my own research and put down I open up my bag of tools. I lay down the flour to see if there's any weight to it. I look for tracks. I look for weight. I'm checking for. I'm squirting stuff in the air to see if it adheres to the dragon that's invisible in a person's garage. I'm not just going to say it's not there and walk the hell out. No, I'm going to do everything I can to research it and find out, because it's such an incredible thing to say.
Yeah.
It's too much for the human mind to comprehend. So I approach every phenomenon as a scientist, and I try to go in and prove, however, I 99.9% debunk. And that's just like a lot of other people's channels. I'm like, I debunk you, man. You're done. I can't even. You're done. You're fraud. A lot of times I hear people talk about certain things I debunk. So I'm the biggest hardcorest critic for the Mandela effect, and I've debunked 99.9% of the people who claim to have it, because inevitably in the end they got a merchandise, they got money, and there's always some investment, there's always some, they're just going to Reddit and trying to, and then maybe people are actually creating their own memories of it.
And I think that was the problem when the Mandela effect community kind of kicked us out because
I was never in.
Like you said, some people have to be the ones who bring up the Mandela effect. It has to be the ones to approve what Mandela effects you're saying has happened.
Yeah,
it is what it is. Now, Danny wrote, "I simply believe ending is possible," and that's also because there's another theory that they say the multiverse is real.
Yeah, obviously, if it's real, if Mandela effect's real, then that's real.
Yeah, if the multiverse is real and you're connecting somehow with yourself from another multiverse, who says you can't have some of his memories that's going to be different? It has to be some different. So
yeah, I'm from Sagittarius.
The multiverse, then you should. Now, and how about this, Bob? Now, this might, I don't know if this sounds crazy, but hey, what the fuck? We're going crazy, right?
Let's go crazy.
If you're religious, you believe in the Bible, you believe in God and Jesus, nothing wrong with that. But if you do, when you read the Bible, there's a lot of magic, there's a lot of weird things that happen in the Bible.
Yeah.
So if you believe in the Bible, you believe that a man can split a water, or they can change water into wine, split the Red Seas. You know, they can do all this.
Dragons,
who says that they
unicorn.
can't? You know what I mean? Who says then why can't the angels, Jesus or God, create a Mandela effect in a way so you can get a clue to figure out something for yourself in a way? You know what I mean? Like if you believe in that, then why is it hard for a religious person to believe? You know, you get what I'm saying? To believe the Mandela effect. In fact, they believe that magic can happen.
I found evidence of time travel in the Bible. I found it. There's proof in it. However, you're also going to need you'll get it. Well, what did you? Okay, forget about the Bible. Just get rid of that one, because that's a branch off. That's just another cult.
Here's this guy.
Yeah.
Super Mario Brothers wrote, Quantum Leap also has a string theory. One end represents birth, the other end represents death. Tie the ends together and you'll get a loop. But the loop and all the days of your life touch each other.
String theory, yeah. So the evidence goes, you'll need a Torah to find this answer out. You're gonna need a Torah. You need the original book. You need the original, and you have to be able to translate some Hebrew. Anyway, You got to be smarter. Take the other one, throw it away. It was written by King James and his entire whatever cabinet. So from scratch, grab the Torah and look up this new gal. Her name is Miriam. Now, I'll make it fast. So Miriam is the older brother of Moses. And my reality, the Miriam had no part other than a small part in the whatever early parts, but she didn't have any real parts in the going forwards. Anyway, but now in this place, she's got a dominant part. And one part of the Torah, Miriam is making fun of Moses's wife of color of a foreign land or whatever. So she's making fun of him in a foreign land or whatever. God punishes her by giving her a skin disease and sends her off. And for 7 days, she's kind of like half missing, half there in the Torah. Miriam, the older brother of Moses, or older sister of Moses, oldest sister, Miriam. And all of a sudden, when you go, there's a Mandela effect there for me. And also in the Quran. Now, when you grab it, you can need the Quran, pull the Quran out, open it up and say, oh, okay, so Miriam, the M, is missing or whatever is in the Torah. And now she shows up in the Quran. And now Miriam is the name of Jesus's mother. It's the same name. It's Miriam. Oh, Miriam. And hold on, go back to the Torah. So Miriam is missing. And then Miriam shows up here now. The name of Mary in Mary in the Bible is in the Torah is Miriam. And so now there's an inconsistency because Miriam is also in the Quran earlier too. So it's the same story of it's the same exact story in the Quran with Moses's older sister Miriam having the same strict down whatever. But now she all of a sudden you fast forward her into hundreds and hundreds of years into the future where she shows up and Mary, which is Miriam, has a child, Jesus. So then you go back to the Torah and you're like, wow, okay, so she's missing here. But she ends up over here in the times of Jesus, where she's Jesus's mother. It's not Mary in the Quran; it's Miriam. Oh, so God sent her as a time traveler. You guys want to put that together? Have fun with them books. You got to be somebody somewhat familiar with history and certain books of lore and mythology and all those other books. But there's evidence. I go, oh, there's evidence of time travel because that's a massive Mandela effect in the Quran. Miriam? Oh.
Neil brought up
sister.
Ghostbusters used to have a giant Barbie, which is way scarier than the Stay Puft Man. And also Neil Warden, there was a friend of ours. What was her name? California girl. I can't remember exactly.
Oh yeah, Callie.
She actually had one of Slimer. That
Slimer
now has a long tail.
Yeah, he didn't have a tail.
And I was trying to find something, but I guess this is supposed to be like a toy where he actually now has like a tail, like more of a slime bug.
He looks like sperm.
That's in the front, but I guess behind this, he has a tail now. I try to find a picture of his behind here, but before this, he never had a tail. So there is supposedly.
Go back to the symbol of go back up, right there. Okay, you see the slash, the red slash? Right, that's how I've always remembered it. Yeah, exactly. So when I worked at the Museum of Flight and I had to work on an exhibit or tear it apart or rebuild all kinds of stuff, I used to have to put up the no sign, like the no something sign, the red slash. Like this is off limits, don't touch it, whatever. And you see how it goes from that direction to that direction. That is correct. That is a residual that would just somehow stuck. It didn't go away. That's exactly how the slash symbol goes. But if you look at it now, Eric, it's in the other direction. The slash goes the other way.
Oh, that's true.
It goes the other way. And so I'm like, oh, so the Ghostbusters seem to have somehow slipped past the Matrix and kept its old original symbol for no, like no smoking sign. Now, believe me, I'm used to like looking at no smoking signs. Fuck off, I'm smoking here. And I look at the slashes, and also I used to put them on all the areas in the museum that I had to work on. Know this, know that. Now it goes the other way. And so when I woke up in 16, I'm like, what happened? Are you guys playing a joke on me? Why are the slashes the other way? What is the joke here?
I do have this question because Lockbeard wrote, this is what Lockbeard wrote. time travel in reverse is impossible. It makes for a fun movie, but there is nothing remotely possible about it. Of the rate of time passage going forward is possible, though. But
to the human mind,
how do you 100% know? I mean, how can any one of us can sit there and say it is not impossible or it is impossible when we technically don't know that?
Yeah,
we just know what the science that is given to us at this point.
Yeah,
but everybody knows science changes every year. New theories come out every year,
and he'd be correct based off the current science of what's being put out there by quantum physicists and all those people. He would be 100% correct. He's not wrong to say that. That is the standing argument. You cannot go back in time. However, I know how you can. So I'm gonna do a show tonight, and people have sent me. I was on that gal's show, and it was fun. And I've got swamped with emails on how to build a time machine, and everyone wants to know it because apparently we were talking about it. So tonight's show, when I get obliterated, I'm gonna tell you guys how I did it, and I'm gonna explain to you how it works, and then I can explain to you how going back in time works. So that'll be later.
And again, Bobby said it perfectly. As of now,
he's correct.
Every year, science gets better and better. More information, more theories come out. It's going to be totally different in 10 years, in 20 years. It's
I'm not mad at people.
No, you're not. I'm not. But you just can't set it on your morals based on what the science is now because it can change in less than a year.
Yeah, that's why I'm not mad at people. Like, I'll tell people, do you remember Statue of Liberty on Ellis Island? And they're like, no, it's on the other one. I said, well, what's the name of it? Because I've never heard of it. It's on Freedom Island or Liberty Island or some weird thing on a star fort. I said, no, it wasn't. It was on Ellis Island. That's my memory. But I don't argue with them because when I look at the research, it's always been on that island. You are correct.
Here's if you guys are into doing Facebook for Mandela Effects, there's a new person here. There's a Lynch. Hi.
Hi.
But I've been affected with Mandela Effect since 2016.
She's got a great.
Woke me up.
Highly recommend her. I highly recommend her. I mean, guys, if you are experiencing the continuity errors, as I call them, I don't like that word, of Mandela Effect. The continuity errors or discrepancies in your life or whatever, things are just kind of weird. I recommend her. Because you'll go and hang out with people that will not make you feel crazy,
and that's the main thing.
I enjoy watching her on what's his name, man? My memory, I don't know names. Brian McFarlane. I really enjoy Brian McFarlane's show. One of the only ones that I could watch.
Neil Warden wrote, it's a good question by him. Could giants be a Mandela Effect? They were here, now they're gone. How would you answer that?
No, giants. We had giants. I've talked about it on the other show.
Jones, the cryptid huntress.
There's a whole lot of science behind that one. We're talking about the longevity of how long can people live. We're talking about telomeres when it comes to DNA cells. So giants were simply people that lived 900,000 years, and they could just keep growing and their foreheads protrude out. And if you just keep growing and not die, then you're going to be a big old hairy monster guy. And they did exist. Depends on your topography and the volume of oxygen in your environment. And basically you had dinosaurs that were subject to the environment because of what they're breathing in. They're very large because of the mass oxygen. Then humans in the same environment would have the same ability, live much longer based off all the oxygen and clean air they're breathing in and no poisons or anything like we have now at 98% fucking hydrogen or 98% nitrogen. Anyway, you can grow that big. They were just old people, no different than a dinosaur. Now, so we had them on Sagittarius.
If you disagree, I like Danny Stanton put he disagrees, and he did it the correct political way where nobody should get mad. He wrote, Baird, I disagree. Time may not be all the way we understand. What if all things are happening all at once? And that's a good way to disagree. It's not mean. It's not. It's just saying, why you feel that you might be off on something.
Science.
I've watched my residue change before my eyes. Yeah, I mean, I've a lot of people who have look at changes.
I did too. One of my biggest ones was my checkbook. The routing and the bank account number switched sides on my checks. So I used to write checks, man. I mean, I was back in the day when you wrote checks, and I used to write checks. And so even when I punch in the computer, you put in your checking account, you have your routing and you have your checking account. They swapped in front of my eyes and locations. Huh?
Now, I have a question for Super Mario Brothers, trying to understand exactly what he's saying. He wrote, someone recently made a costume Barbie doll which dressed like Stay the Puff with only her face can be seen, but the rest of her has the body of the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. But Super Mario Brother, are you saying that and you have a memory of it was never the Puff Man, it was actually Barbie that was walking down that road? I mean, what's the
I don't know
that's what I'm trying to get. Like, is that what you're saying? I'm not saying you're wrong or not, but are you saying that it wasn't the marsh or whatever the fucking Marshmallow Man?
Marshmallow Man.
It was Barbie. Is that what you're saying?
I even had people tell me, "No, man, it was the Michelin Man." I said, "The Michelin Man? No, I don't
remember Slimmer having a tail. None of us does.
No,
and that was brought up by Callie. Callie
like
brought that up and like, wow, that is interesting.
Yeah, it looks like a sperm cell. Like, oh, that's ironic.
Have a butt. Now go look.
Yeah, go look at Slimer has a big old tail butt, big old long butt. Like it looks like a sperm. He literally looks like a sperm. It's like a sperm with a face. Like, oh, that's not Slimer that I remember.
Ghostbusters logo actually has a nickname, which is Mowgli. In the Ghostbusters Afterlife, as Egon descends into the sky, he turns into the Ghostbusters logo. You have to watch in slow motion to see.
Huh?
So he's talking about the brand new Ghostbusters movie with the kids, the one kid from Stranger Things.
Oh,
yeah. And that's where Egon, he's a ghost. He's dead.
Yeah.
When he descends into the sky, he turns into the Ghostbusters logo. Oh.
Yeah, okay.
You have to watch it in slow motion. Okay.
That's cool. That's modern. That's new. Anything after 2016 is going to have all kinds of messages in it. And pretty much anything before that in the past has been completely changed. And again, you got to understand what you're looking at. For example, Eric and I did shows on how Risky Business, Tom Cruise went from white shirt, sunglasses to pink shirt, no sunglasses.
That was the intro of the show.
As an anthropologist, I'm gonna tell you, he went from masculine to feminine. And another example of that is when Indiana Jones goes into the cave at the Raiders of the Lost Ark, and he goes to find the idol. The idol was a male idol. It was male. It was just anthropomorphic, and it wasn't identifiable as a male or female. There's no body contour to it whatsoever. It was just a golden idol with the Ramones haircut, right? The Ramones, everyone knows the Ramones haircut. It was generic. But now, if you look at the idol, it has breasticles and buttocles. It's clearly a female. Not only is it a female, but it's hatching a child. It looks like a snake baby between the in the womb, and there's an actual thing coming out. And I'm like, when the hell did this idol have a baby? It's like sitting on a baby snake or something. Like what it's feminine. It went from masculine to feminine. Like a lot of things went from masculine to it switched roles. As an anthropologist, I'm telling you guys, a lot of the Mandela effects are switching roles. For example, the Bible used to be the lion that laid with the lamb. That's feminine. Now it's the wolf that shall dwell with the lamb. That's masculine. Switched. So a lot of the Mandela effects you guys see are masculine to feminine, feminine to masculine. That's sad.
I do agree with Daniela on this one. Misinformation and suggestibility could be driving the Mandela effect. Going along with others, believe, laugh out loud works.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Misinformation. That's 100%. I mean, some people do it on purpose, like, and going along with other people. And I've said this. This is nothing new that I have said, but nothing new at all.
Yeah.
When somebody says that they remember Nelson Mandela, dying, first thing I ask is, well, how old are you?
Yeah.
And a lot of times they're 45 and under, 47 and under. And I'm like, well, if you're like 45 and under, you weren't even really born when he supposedly died. How could you even have a memory when you weren't even alive during that memory to be made?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like
and you wouldn't have cared.
You yourself were old enough to say, I remember a news story about this man. Now, me, if it was me, I was 2-3 years younger than you. I would have been way too young. I could not have that memory as yours.
I remember.
People will say they have it just because everybody else says they have it.
Yeah, I remember because Dad told me about it, and I was a teenager, so I don't know. Nelson Mandela was not anybody famous. You understand? He's a nothing. He was nobody. He was a terror, or they call terrorists now. He was a guerrilla fighter in charge of guerrillas, and he died of tuberculosis in prison. I remember my dad telling me the whole story because it was on a local news channel that was owned by the local. There was no CNN. There was no NBC. There was no large news channels back at that time. It was local independent news channels, and some of them picked it up. Most of them didn't. That a small guerrilla fighter just died in prison, and it was nothing major. My dad told me, I go, who, what's going on? Now, my dad read, Eric, you remember Dad read, we read Soldier of Fortune and Shotgun News, and Soldier of Fortune has all the information about, all the up-to-date world. Dad was military. You're military. We're all fascinated with military stuff. So somebody of that level dies, my dad would know. And he told me, I go, okay, Dad, I didn't know who is he? I had no idea I didn't even know as a kid. Like, explain him to me. So he's dead. This guy of tuberculosis. It didn't mean anything to me. But it turns out later on that he's some great leader that dies on 2013. Here's the 13 again. The stamp date. Eric, 13s.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, okay, really?
Hey, look, it's our buddy, Mandela Mile.
Yes.
Now,
yes.
Now we're gonna get into a little bit of Star Wars, and here's a video, and I know some of you guys are gonna be confused by this, and we'll get there after this short video.
Yeah.
Found out about this, and I'm a huge Revenge of the Sith fan, so there's a likelihood that this has gone under your radar too, or under your Jedi senses. You've probably seen some of the deleted scenes from the beginning of Revenge of the Sith, like this beautiful bonding moment between Anakin and Obi-Wan in the elevator. But have you seen when our favorite dyslexic frog goes to Dagobah? Well, I hadn't, until like yesterday. Some are even attributing this to the Mandela Effect, which I'm not gonna explain in this video. You're gonna have to go Wikipedia that if you're confused. But some are saying that they are certain that they saw this scene in the cinema. Holy shit, that's a lot of S's. Anyway, some screenings of this film showed this scene apparently, and some didn't. According to this guy, the producer said, "This is epic, put it in." But George Lucas went, "It takes away from the poetry of the movie. It doesn't quite rhyme as much anymore." So they compromised and showed different versions in different cinemas. According to these guys, maybe they're fake news. Wasn't quite as cloudy as when Luke made his little trip. That we get to see Yoda's swamp in all its glory. Looks kind of cozy, but Yoda does not seem impressed. Worse it could have been.
All right, this is the reason why I brought that up. Now, you heard thing, people remember certain scenes because they actually technically releasing the scenes, and George Lucas has been known to change some scenes. Now, if you guys didn't know this, now you gotta remember, in 1981, in Empire Strikes Back, there was an original ending that he had where it wasn't a lot of spaceships, and when George Lucas saw it, he's like, it doesn't look like Rebels. There wasn't enough ships. So he shot a scene and recreated more ships. Remember, in 1981, these were millimeter films. I mean, these were 75 millimeter. So he actually had the movie theaters change the scenes after 1 week of a movie being there. So what I'm trying to get is nowadays they can do it digitally, and what I mean is, so you got to be careful with Star Wars because George Lucas has changed things while they're at the theaters. Read it up about the 1981. Read it up. 1981. He actually changed a movie with film, not digital.
It feel like
work that is.
Every time Eric and I went into Blockbuster, Eric would buy the whole set of Star Wars, like the collection. All of a sudden, Eric's like, "Damn, what, dude? there's another new set he just put out. Like, what do you mean another new set? It's just the Blu-ray edited blah 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 newer version, newer. He added more shit. He's got another round, so people have to buy those.
I do have.
How many times you gonna change it, dude?
No,
like,
I do have the 3 original Star Wars movies when they were at CBS Fox. So this is uncut, unfiltered, 4.3, not widescreen. If you watch this one, this is actually Han Solo shoots first.
Oh yeah.
So what I'm saying is I'm not saying there's no Mandela effects in Star Wars. There's definitely are. Luke, I'm your father. Luke, I'm not your father.
So that one still has him shooting first.
This is gold leg. So there are Mandela effects, but what I'm saying is we also got to study much as we can because George Lucas made changes while the movies were still at the theater before they even came to VHS.
Dude made changes all the time. So anybody who brings up Mandela effects for Star Wars, I'm like, I don't know, man. Which volume are you talking about? Because he made so many changes and edits. And he's constantly revising it, and he was putting it out for sale again and again and again. Like every time he went in the Blockbuster for a movie or a video, George Lucas's new cut for Empire Strikes Back. I thought he was done with it, man. He put some more in. You gotta buy this one now.
Yeah. Again, look at the scene where Darth Vader says, "When I left you," I'm not.
No,
saying
I believe you.
The words are they're not some real effects in there.
No,
but because like look, I'm your father. Like when they interview Earl Jones, when they ask him to redo the line, he remembered him saying he said the line was, "Luke, I'm your father." That wasn't no father. So not exactly telling you that the lines.
Yeah,
no Mandela effects, but you have to be careful because hold on, like here, people make claims that if you watch Star Wars, some of these circles aren't there no more. There's some Mandela effects there, and then we did a show. I showed people from the same movie, different angles. They had more than one robot that they used, and on one scene. He had a circle. On another scene, he didn't have the circle because they used multiple. Why they didn't duplicate it, I can't tell you that. So
that's called a continuity error.
We just gotta be careful with Star Wars. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. And look at the messages for certain things that coming out. You got to learn how to read it. If you had an alien force trying to speak to you, how would it speak to you if you can't speak your language?
Danny Stan is not lying there. People didn't know this. There were 5K VHS movies. There were HD movies on a VHS.
I didn't know that.
Yes, they were. Yeah,
I don't have that memory.
It's I try to remember. I don't
have that memory.
like how to work.
Is that like having a record player like in a car at a certain time? Like record players in cars now? Okay, cool. I don't know, man. A lot of people get whatever. I mean, he's not incorrect though. He'd be correct. Eric, you're correct. That's the problem with the Mandela effect.
I know
people are correct, and they come at you, and I'm like, no, you're right. Based off research, you're right. I just don't have that memory. I don't remember no.
Here's one that you and I have a split memory. Bob remembers C-3PO all gold, but I actually remember C-3PO having the silver leg.
Because I remember Aunt Mary having the magazine. What is the, everybody wants to. Was it Life magazine? Life, right? Life magazine, and had a full frontal picture of C-3PO. It was on Life magazine back in the days when these came out back in the 80s, and or maybe it was the 70s. I don't know, but I think it was maybe 70s. I don't know. Anyway, Life magazine. It was complete. The whole picture was C-3PO, and I was like, oh, cool. And then he was 100% gold. I remember that clearly. Like, wow, interesting. And he looked kind of different too.
Interesting comment. I think I know where she's going with this. Wizard of Oz in the Yellow Brick Road scene, the hanging suicide munching on a tree in the background was replaced with the stork bird. That's not really a Mandela effect. That's supposed to be a fact that one of them did commit suicide. I hate to say it, but they did.
Well, I heard that the little people were very aggressive sexually, and they were constantly harassing the women on the set. So there's all kinds of problems. I guess they were even not paid right, and it was like a walkout, a strike. There's all kinds of problems with that movie.
Was it off that movie? Because I remember there was a whole documentary of a hotel that all these actors, little people on these actors, and they basically destroyed the hotel.
Yeah,
a documentary. Was that
same actors that were in
the Wizard of Oz people?
Same Wizard of Oz people. Yeah, they gave them another role. I think they were playing. I can't remember. It was like a gangster movie, little midget gangsters or whatever, some kind of thing. It was kind of funny. I don't know. That's going too far out left field.
Now, Bob, here's one for you. Our other friend that's in the Mandela Effect community that talked about an animal, and I know you know about animals, so I thought, hey, I'll just play this one for you.
Okay.
Because I want to get your opinion on this animal change. I thought it'd be a good one for you.
See the video? I've just got to say this. I was looking for some pictures to help get the message across and illustrate what I'm saying, and I also spotted a couple of other anomalies, which is the cow's udders are now situated right at the back of the cow, in between the legs, right under the backside.
I'm gonna play this a little bit, and then I want Bob's opinion on this. I think this is a cool one because this is not your typical Mandela effects that people talk about. This is exactly why I want to bring this one up.
Yeah,
so Bob, here, people in the chat, just go with it, listen to it, and I want to get Bob's response on this one.
He's right.
Back, if you like. And also, cows are a quarter of the size longer in length. So I just wanted to add them. There's a lot of other little things as well, but I'm not going too deep with it on this one. Just to say that this is my favorite Mandela effect at the moment. I've got just under 3,000 of them that I've written down now. Some of them are brilliant, but this one, I've been playing with this one. I've asked over 50 people about cows, about the udders and that, and the answers that I get, they're brilliant. They come out with all sorts of crazy things. They've got seven teats, 5 teats, 3 teats, 1 teat. Yeah. Well, 1 teat's obviously a bull, but you know, they don't even think of it. They just come out with it, and then they'll justify it. You know, I love it. They get angry. It brings out all them attributes, all them characteristics of people that aren't affected with the Mandela, how they try to justify what they believe is correct and how you're so wrong. And I love it. I absolutely love this one. It's brilliant. Ask as many people as you can, because it is fantastic. I couldn't believe when I started off with this one, asking people the bizarre answers that I got back. I thought everyone would say, oh, it's 4, it's always been 4 here. What are you on about? No, didn't really get that. I was very, very surprised. So have fun with this one. Play around with it and tell me on the comments what sort of replies you're getting, what sort of answers, not just what sort of answers like, oh, such a body said 4. Tell me the bizarre things, how they said it to you.
Okay, Bob, tell us about the cow.
Well, before I even go into that, I want to give you guys evidence. So I need you to look something up. You and I used to love this movie, and it was called Top Secret. And you remember Top Secret with Val Kilmer? Yeah. And so he's in a cow outfit. And one of his hidden outfits is a cow outfit. And I don't know, maybe if it's changed, but the udders are the way they used to look. Because it's a satire, I don't think it's changed. And maybe we got lucky and it didn't change, like the Ghostbusters logo. But look up the picture with the cow scene where Val Kilmer is in the cow in Top Secret. But what he's talking about is that the udders, and they were in the middle, because any animal can go up and drink the milk from a cow. The cows are dumb. Now the udders are towards their anus. And so the cows now take a dump on their udders. And now a human that tries to drink from a cow's udder or any other animal, will get kicked in the head by the cow. It's a great defense mechanism now to keep them away from drinking the milk. Also, they dump all over their udders, which can give you time
out a second. Time out. Top Secret. And look what picture is with the Top Secret. Totally killer.
Yeah, totally killer. Of course, and we're just talking
I'm
about
sorry,
that.
continue. I just thought that of all things, we're talking Mandela Effects,
Yeah.
and that's popping up with Top Secret that
So
you
let's
mentioned.
see if the Matrix changed it so you can't see the cow. Now the cow's udders used to be in the middle on this show. It was there for a long time, and it was the actual way it used to look. But now cow udders are towards closer to the butt, closer to the anus, and they dump all over their udders, and you can get sick. Animals can get sick because you're going to take in not only milk but their poo, dog or cow poo. So
there's
see the udders are all the way. Oh, where's the udders? No, that's a real cow. It's the cow suit. He's in a cow
that is
suit.
the suit. Look at the shoes, right?
Yeah, but there's also a cow suit.
Isn't that the cow suit?
Well, they use both scenes. They use the cow and a cow suit. You know, it's comedy, and
yeah,
the udders were in the middle in the cow suit. It's the parody. It was the you know the maybe they don't have it. You can't find it no more. Okay, maybe it's gone. It's gone. It was one of the proofs you could have to remember how a cow's udders were in the middle on this movie. That's how I was like, oh yeah, that's changed. How would you know? Because I laughed my ass off when I watched Top Secret.
That girl in the movie Top Secret have glowing boobs. I
didn't remember no glowing breasts, but
look, they're glowing there.
Well, I'll tell you this. You want to go that Mandela? Is that the udder? No, they don't have the udder no more. Used to be, they famously had a cow udders, and it was in the middle. That was the evidence I was going to use, but it's corrected it, so we can't do it anymore. But now again, he's right. The udders are on the end where they get dumped on, and it's poison. Everything here is here to kill you. Flies, I get attacked by flies now. Like, why are you attacking me? Like, kamikaze flies and insects and bugs that want to kill you, snakes that want more things that want to kill you. The animals are rebelling. I mean, birds will come at you.
Look at this. Mike Johnson milked many cows by hand in my day. When the machines were installed, it was awesome.
Yeah. But the others were in the middle and always in the middle. And it was a safe area for, it was safer. It was all around safer. Cows were much safer, but now they're much more violent and their udders are at the end and they can kill you. That's a delicate, nice cow can kill you in this reality.
For Lockbeard, it never changed for him. Okay, that's fine.
No,
most are the same place where they have always been. Did. Again, like I said, when people have their memory, they won't even have an open mind of any possibility.
Because you'd be correct to say that. You're not wrong.
In your mind, you're correct.
Yeah, but you are biologically they are at the end. They're more closer to the anus of the cow, where they can dump on their udders now, where they could never have done that before. So, I mean, we come from a Central Valley, California, and one of my best friends growing up, his dad had a dairy farm. He worked at the dairy farm. I don't want to say the names, Eric. Remember, there's a dairy farm out where we go to our dad's old workplace. It was a big dairy farm. We used to go out there and fuck around and bullshit with a guy and the dairy cows, and they were always in the middle of the cow's, stomach. They were not at the end, but now people have always remembered them at the end next to the dumper. Like, you got to clean the udders now. You got to clean the poop off the udders because they didn't do that before. It's like they were in the middle. But yeah, he's correct. Yeah, he remembers the old ones. Again, it used to be in that movie. That was the evidence, but it's gone now. You'd look at that VHS tape. Look, is it a cow suit? And the udders in the middle. It's gone. Shoot.
All right, people, we're getting close to the end of the show. So let's just have some fun with you guys. Do some little rapid fires on some Mandela Effects that I want to see. Some of you, I don't recognize you being here when we talked about Mandela Effects in the past. So here's just a little short video, less than a minute, some rapid fire Mandela Effects.
Show you 5 examples of the Mandela Effect, and if you get them all right, then you have a really good memory. Otherwise, yeah. All right, so first up, we have Curious George. Does he have a...
All right, Curious George. Everybody in the chat for yourself.
The basics.
Put the basics. Just put it in the chat for yourself. Does Curious George have a tail, or does he not have a tail?
Tail, or does he not have a tail? So he actually doesn't have a tail, so you may have misremembered that. Next.
All right, Kit Kat. Guys, just come on. Do it fast as you can.
Dash or no dash?
Put it in there. There's a dash, or did it not have a dash?
It's the kindergarten class. Come on.
These are fast, rapid-fire Mandela effects, some simple ones, in case some of you never been on our channel before. We got to go through it all. All right. So what is this?
Next up, we have Kit Kat. Is there a hyphen or not a hyphen in between Kit and Kat? So there's not a hyphen. Next.
And we know there's a hyphen. But hey, next one. Question number 3. Monopoly Man. Did he have the glass monocle, or did he not have a monocle? Now, if you guys want to go back to the archives, somewhere down this channel, go down, you'll find that Bob and I did a whole show on the Monopoly guy and did a whole history behind the history of the Monopoly. It's actually a very educational type of show.
It became feminized.
I can't even tell you what's the name of it. Just go through the archives. You'll find the Mandela Effect history.
So the monocle man, he became feminine. He switched. He's feminine now because now there's a whole story. You got to watch the old video about a female that actually wrote up a whole game to make this game, and it was a woman.
So now Monopoly Man.
Feminized.
Yep.
Yeah.
What is it now?
And does he have a monocle, or does he not have a monocle? He actually doesn't have a monocle.
He doesn't have a monocle now.
He was Tom Cruise.
Number 4.
Okay, the next up.
All right, number 4. You got what do you call those little yellow shits? That's
Pokemon.
Pokemons.
Yeah, dark tail or no dark tail tip.
Dark
masculine
tail or
to
no
feminine.
dark tail.
Masculine is dark. Feminine is not.
These are rapid fire. This is just the end of the show. Little rapid fire ones. So black tail. All right, he says black tail. All right, let's see here. Oh, yeah,
that's masculine.
Said Monaco. Confused.
That's masculine.
Gosh, yes. All right, here we go.
We have Pikachu. Does Pikachu have a black stripe on his tail? Yes or no? He does not have a black stripe.
He's feminine
right now. He doesn't have one.
Tom Cruise. He's feminine.
Got Tom
masculine
Cruise.
to feminine. Yeah, got Tom Cruise.
All right. There's one more on here.
Stripe on his tail. And then last but not least, you guys remember these robber emojis, right?
Do you guys remember robber emojis? Come on, be honest, people in the chat. Do you remember those? You ever use them? Come on, give me something. Don't mess around with me.
Well, yeah, a lot of boomer techs wouldn't have that memory.
That's true. I'm hoping that we got some young people that.
Yeah.
No, Danny said nope. Okay. But I guess he wouldn't be in that age. He's probably in our age group.
He's our age group, yeah.
He's our age group. Never used them. Bushrock family's in our age group. He's in our age group. So like you said, this is for the younger. Well, we don't got any young people that like watching us. What the fuck is wrong with you?
Well, there are, but they don't chime in because they don't want to hang out a bunch of old pervs.
Well, let's find out. Which one?
I don't blame them.
Except they never actually existed.
They never existed. They never existed. I remember doing a show one time with brand new ones that would be more for the younger generation that they grew up on, you know?
Yeah. The younger generation.
I mean, I'm sure most 19-year-olds, 15-year-olds probably saw the Daniel Craig James Bond movies, but probably never saw the Roger Moore Moonraker. So, so if they have an effect, it'll be with the modern ones, not with the Moonraker, the one we know with dogs and braces and no braces.
If you guys watch Moonraker, and I mean, outside of the Dolly thing, because she had braces, but now she doesn't, that's the only reason why they're hooked up. But besides that, there's a scene where Roger Moore kills a bad guy in an elevator and throws him over. And he says, "Play it again, Sam." And he says, "Play it again, Sam." And I'm like, oh, shit, that's gone. That's not even in Casablanca no more. He doesn't say, "Play it again, Sam." Play it again, Sam. He's bummed out. He's like, "Play it again." He's like, "Oh, okay, I'll play it again." But that's gone now. And but he says it clearly in Moonraker. Why would he say that? Oh well.
So guys, we do Mandela Effect type of shows here and there and all that, and so hopefully you guys enjoyed. I was inspired that I love seeing that movie clip. talking about it because that theory of time travel is what caused Mandela effects is what I'm a believer of.
Yeah, I built a time machine.
Does it? And shit, guys. One day we'll do a show on Bob's time machine.
Yes, I'm gonna do a show tonight because I got too many. Yeah, because a lot of people send me emails like, "How did you build it, man?" And you always lie. I said, "Absolutely, I lie. I'm when in Rome. You got to fucking lie. That's what this place is all about. Every man lies to get along here. Every woman can legally lie by God's virtue, whatever, because they have to keep a man alive. Eric wouldn't go to the doctor to have his cancer shit removed if his wife didn't force him down there and say some mean things, probably too. Women have that right, but men don't technically, but they do a lot. So, yeah. But anyway, tonight I'm going to tell people specifically how to build one.
Do call-ins? You know what? I have not. I've talked about it in the past that's something I should add in. And you know what? I'll work on that. I work on that. I'm not opposed against it, but I cut down most shows down to an hour. And sometimes it takes a long time to get a person to start talking on the phone. Yeah,
and I'm too drunk to actually take call-ins. I don't want to scare people.
But, people can StreamYard with us and not show your face, too. Any time we do a show, somebody wants to jump on and not show your face.
She can probably teach you how to do it if you sent her an email. She'll tell you how to do it because they do it on their show.
Well, maybe we'll get her on this show.
Well, you can, or she could teach you how to do it. It's up to her. Yeah,
she could teach us on the show.
Yeah, I mean, they have an educational channel. They've done well. They're doing well, and they're bringing people together. I really support their stuff.
She said, "I will StreamYard." Are you? So next Friday, I'll email me here, Teresa. Email me here. I'll put my email. It's simple. Paranormal Highway Celebrity at gmail.com, and we'll do a show next week. We'll do a Mandela Effect too, and you could bring it all out. We will have fun. That'd be awesome. Look, you said fine. Let's do it.
It's the only time I can get Robert sober. That's what she's thinking.
I can get him sober. That's funny.
I don't go to his show because he's drunk, and he ain't gonna pay, but I'll go to his show because he's sober there. That's the whole show.
But beyond that, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed today. This is always kind of fun, and most everybody was cool in the chat. Some people had some disagreements, but there was no big deal. I loved it. So beyond that, guys, I'll be back on Monday, and Bob, you be on tonight.
Yeah, I'm on tonight.
So Bob's on tonight. Grab your popcorn, grab your soda, beer, relax, because you don't know what the fuck's going to happen on that show. I tell you that right now.
I'll tell you how a time machine works.
And Bob might go back in time and do this show. Who knows? Or do this show in the future.
Yeah.
Who knows what time frame Bob's going to be in doing the show? He might be doing the show tonight from 1935.
And you guys don't need to be smart. I explain things for stupid people because I myself am dumb. I didn't even have a high school diploma. I had below a GED. I had a equivalency test. However, I went in the military and I went to college. So I didn't give up. Yeah.
All right. Beyond that, guys, we'll see you next time on the Paranormal Highway.
Obi-Wan never told you what happened to your father.
He told me enough. He told me you killed him.
Luke, I am your father.